In our lesson this morning, I'm going to ask you to be word detectives. We're going to be looking at parts of words. When we know little bitty parts of words, it helps us figure out bigger words, because what we're going to end up doing is sorting, making groups of words by looking at the word parts. I want you to look at the first column that I have here. This is the word part that we're looking for. At. At is a word all by itself, but we can put beginning sounds with that word part to make new words. The words that I've made are at, sat, at, pat, at, mat. Can you think of another word we could add to this family that has the at word part? Brantley.
Cat.
Can you segment that for me? Let me hear the sounds in cat, Brantley. Excellent. Blend it together for me. Good job. Let's take a look at another group of words that has a different word part and using a different vowel. Look at my example at the top. In. Again, it's a word all by itself. But knowing that word part, we can make a lot of new words that helps us to become better readers. The importance of the lesson is to be able to help children understand that small word parts that are familiar can help them decode both small words and larger words when that word part is one of the syllables of a larger word. The last word part that we're going to look for is using the short E, et. Finger on a nose if you know another word we could add to that. Carly? Met. Segment it for me.
Et.
Excellent. And I heard you giving me that whole word part together. So we're adding the beginning sound to the word part. Can you blend it together for me?
Met.
Some of them chose to segment each sound, which is fine. That's a skill that they need to know. Others were segmenting it with the beginning sound and the word part. Both, I feel, are skills that children need to know. As we become healthier readers and stronger in our reading ability, we tend to look at words more in parts. I'm going to find words that have the same word parts, just like we did up here. But here they're all mixed up. So I'm going to look for word parts in these words that are the same and put them into groups. So I'll just start here with hat. And this one has a different word part, it. So I can't put that in the same group with that one. But look, here's spit. I can put that with that same word part. Spin, in, it, at. Ooh, that looks like it's going to be a new word family. Carly, which one would we put pin with?
In.
The in word part. Amanda, how about Matt?
At.
Is the word part. What other word has that same word part? Excellent. Okay, so we're building our groups. Do you want to turn, Brantley and Derek? Let's give you a chance too before we move along. Which word part is this one, Derek? The purpose is to go from very highly structured and supported to demonstrated to partner, practice, and then individual. And hopefully during that transition from one level of scaffolding of support to the other, I'll be able to pick up on who needs a little bit more support or those who are capable of going with the skill and doing it independently. Spread them out, and then as a team, let's see if you can sort them into your groups. We're working with some different word parts than we worked with up here. We're able to see whether they're able to transfer this type of a skill to additional word parts that are familiar to them. You guys look at this group. What's going on here? Ah, Malik found it. He had to look at that word part. Good thinking, Malik. It had the same ending sound, but not the same word part at the end, did it? Good job. Okay. Malik, Brantley, Derek, it's your turn to go first. I'd like you to start with your first column and read that column to your partner. Partners, You're looking to see if they're reading the words correctly. Okay? So both of you have to be paying attention. Go.
Cut,
Partners, did they do it correctly?
Yes.
Good. Okay, your turn. The other partner's turn. Ready, go.
Sit,
And I like what you did, Derek. You were keeping her on track. You pointed to one that you didn't hear correctly so that you could hear it again. Good job. Look at all these words that we know just because we know these little word parts. When we get to looking at bigger words, you're going to see some of these word parts in those bigger words, and it's going to help you be a good decoder and a better reader. I want them to understand that once they know a word part, it opens the door for a whole variety of words that are going to become a part of their reading vocabulary. When you go to centers, you're not going to be working with a partner. You're going to be trying this by yourself. We'll have the envelopes with the words. You set them out and sort them like you do. And then for each of the columns, you're going to write them in the column. Looking at my chart, who can think what is going to go in the box at the top of the column? Carly, what do you think?
The end of the word.
The word parts, exactly. The important part to think about is that you're looking at the small word part at the end of the word. Okay? So when you go to centers today, you'll be doing it individually, filling out your word sort sheet. You'll notice it has name at the top. That's the first thing we always do. And then it goes in the finished basket. Good working today, word detectives.